IRISE Sunday. Welcome in. It's IRISE Sunday. It's time for our reading. I won't take too much of your time. Who's ready for Juneteenth celebration? It's just around the corner. Are you ready for a Juneteenth celebration? If you're new here, drop me an emoji. Let me know so I can shout you out. This is my backup page, so I'm used to my followers on my other page. So this is my backup page. So welcome in, welcome in. This is my new page. Welcome into my new page. But for those of you on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, you guys know what we do. Y'all know how we do it. You've been coming here. This is the old space for you. So welcome in. Welcome to your space, not mine. That's what I should be saying. We've been going live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for over 176 days. Today is day 176. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And if you're wondering, okay, what are you guys doing? What do y'all do? Okay, so what we do here is I offer a lot of motivational inspiration as it relates to health and wellness and obesity in particular. I used to weigh 592 pounds. Thank you so much. My sister! Hi, Yolanda. Sister! Are you at work, sister? Shayna, how are you? So I come live after losing over 479 pounds naturally. I just try to offer some. Sometimes I'm coming live to offer you motivation. Good morning, Terry. But other times, T. Hardy, welcome in. Other times, I'm motivating myself. So it's not always. I don't always go live and do the readings for everyone else. Some days I do. Yes, T, I'm here. But today, today I can say that sometimes I go live to inspire you, but sometimes I'm going live for me because I need to be inspired, right? Because I do the readings no matter what. I read them every day no matter what because it's something that I found that's been valuable for me. So thank you guys. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm going to give you time to get settled. Make sure you hit the like button so we can get into this thing. Hey, Anna, I won't take too much of your time today, okay? I'm going to be quick. And I'm not going to make reference to how quick I'm going to be because y'all know, if you know, you know. But I'm going to be quick like that, so don't worry. I won't take too much of your time. You can get right back to your family. But, I was just feeling my God. Leave the 99, always for the one. Tap the like button if you know God got your back. Because sometimes we don't be feeling the room. I want to just read the room. Because y'all know this spiritual what I do. So I'm just trying to read the room. So if you've been through some stuff lately and you know God has brought you through something that you didn't know how, when you was going through, you did not know how you was going to get to the other side. Yep, period. My sister said he sure does. Yes, Cheryl, thank you for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. Scooby, the Haiti. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Lala, Jones. I be trying to say y'all real name, did not realize y'all come so much that people know y'all probably. Hi, sister, how are you? I just want you to acknowledge that you've been through some stuff and you made it to the other side. We always accolade other people when they come through hard times, but when we come through hard times, sometimes we forget to take a moment, take a deep breath and say, I made it. I made it through. I didn't know how I was going to do that. I didn't know how I was going to come up with that. I didn't know how I was going to arrange that. I don't know how I was going to make up. I don't know how I was going to make that happen, but it happened anyway. It happened with me doing little to nothing to make it happen, but it happened. And sometimes when it looks the darkest, that's when it's the lightest. When things are falling all apart, sometimes that is the lightest moment in your life. When everything seems to be falling down all around you, counting negative, bills not paid, hours short, all of that. Sometimes that is the lightest moment of your life. It is the lightest moment. Because in that moment when you have no idea of what to do, which direction to go, that is where you surrender. That is where you release. That is where you let go. That is where you say, God, this body that I'm in, it's not bodying. So I need you to come in and take over. And today for IRISE Sunday, I want to encourage you. Yes, God, I know God has me covered. Love Jones says, I'm good. How are you? I know God has me covered. I want to encourage you to recognize the power inside of you. I want to encourage you to take a moment, just a few seconds, just 30 seconds. And I want you to recognize, just for one moment, think about all the stuff you've overcome. Just take 1 minute right now and just close your eyes. And I want you to realize how much you've actually already came through. So whatever you're looking at going through right now, baby, you've already beat some 10 times worse than that 2 times over. This is small compared to what God can bring you through. It feels big. It is big. But what I'm trying to encourage you and say, you've made it through so much. I'm not going to tell you to just go be strong. I'm going to tell you to look at your receipts. People say, I got receipts. Everybody always want to have receipts for something. Y'all always want to have receipts. Y'all always looking for, look at your receipts, and you will see on the receipts of your life that you came through some things. Meaning you don't need to be reminded about how strong you are. You already know that. You need to get into action to utilize what's already in you. Because the receipts show that you're capable. The receipts show that you're able. The receipts show you're protected. The receipts show you guided, so you're good. The question is, are you going to activate it? Sometimes we searching for an answer that we the answer. You looking for a solution, you the solution. You looking for a side hustle, you got the side hustle. You're looking for stuff outside of you when he's pointing you back into you. You looking outside and he's pointing you back. You keep saying, what's wrong with me? There ain't nothing wrong with you. That's the problem. You haven't accepted that nothing is wrong with you.
I can pay you cash.
Why can't I get it right? You were never wrong. That's the problem. You were never wrong. Everyone else might have been wrong. This one time you might be right.
Click the link in this video.
See, sometimes we're merely just even asking God the wrong questions about our circumstances. We're asking the wrong questions at the wrong time about our circumstances. I'm saying, why me, God? Why me, God? Why me? I'm saying, why not me, God? Because according to what they say when you go through some stuff, he's about to elevate you and raise you to a level that you can't even imagine. Okay, sign me up. Because I've seen things that can happen bigger than what I've already seen, what I can already testify to. Sign me up. I've spent so many years of my life because he's telling us what he need to do. So do it all. Yep. Yeah, I was just about to, sister, I was literally about to say that. I was literally about to say, like, what, like, at some point, when you have all the tools, and some of us got all the tools. Some of us, like me, have all the tools already in your access. It's within your reach. But your willingness, your consistency, your self-control, your self-discipline, you got to cut it on and keep it on. It's not that you can't get it on, it's that you got to keep it on. Right? Are you like me? Sometimes I've been working on this one project, and I'll get a spurt of energy for the project. I'll get a bunch of stuff done for the project, and then I'll lay back on the project. I'll spurt of energy on the project, get a bunch of stuff done on the project, lay back on the project. No more. No more. It is June. It is half of 2025. If you have sat around and said, I'll wait till next month, you are done waiting. If you sat around and said, next year ain't here yet. Right now it's here. Do something right now. Quit thinking your stuff is supposed to look like the established people. Some of y'all got ideals and inventions and creations, and because your creation don't already look like the established people's creation, you won't even launch your creation. Did you know that your creation is supposed to look like a starter creation? Did you know that? Did you know it's supposed to look like the beginning? You too busy trying to look like the end when you don't want to look like the beginning. You don't want to look like you grew to nowhere. You want to wake up and grow up. You don't want to crawl, then what you scoop first. You don't want to scoop, then crawl, then fall over, then walk. You want to just jump up out the womb and walk. Where? Some of y'all done quit y'all business after 3 years, and didn't you see anywhere you ain't seen the statistics? It takes 5 years to grow a real bit. Five. Y'all quitting at 3 and 4, honey. Your victory was around the corner and you quit. It's 5 years. 5. It said 5 years where you might not make a coin. Are you strong enough to hold on? Are you willing to maneuver? Are you willing to make it look different? Just because it started as one idea don't mean it's supposed to stay that idea. Yeah. It doesn't mean it's supposed to stay that idea. You see, I had this idea that I was going to coach people and I was going to keep it small. Well, I don't know. I don't enroll so many people. I done lost track. I have to actually hire an assistant in two sides of the country that can work on two time zones. Hey, that's not what I ever asked for. But because he can give you more than you could ever imagine. I never imagined that. Ever. I'm not late. It's so many time zones. I'm working with so many people that the time zone ain't enough for me, for God to do what he need to do with these people. That's a blessing. I never thought that would be possible. So all I'm telling you today is that your impossible was always possible. It was the mindset that you brought to the table. It was the ideology that you allowed other people to implant in you. It was the no that somebody else got that made you never seek a yes. That's for somebody right there. It was the no that you never got. Somebody else did. Somebody else got told no for their ideal, and their ideal was like your ideal. So in your mind, because she got to know, you gonna get a no, but you never asked. Bobby Jack didn't get a loan for his truck business, so you didn't apply for a loan for your truck business because Bobby Jack didn't get one, but you never applied for you. Betty started her Airbnb business and she did great, but you never started yours, so you thought you weren't gonna be able to do it, but you never tried. You only know the struggles of someone else's story. When are you gonna tell your story? Let's stop having stories of our friends. Well, my friend, let's start having our own stories. Oh, my story. Oh, God showed out. Oh, God showed up. Oh, me. Because we will celebrate for a total stranger. And we will go to bat for a total stranger. Than for some of us than we will for ourselves. I need you to hear that. Many of us are sitting on witty ideas, great inventions, life-changing information, and fear is holding us back. That little thing called fear is preventing us from talking to that person, sending that email, making that phone call. Fear is preventing us from stepping into the destiny that's already been predetermined for you and me. Fear is powerful. I used to know fear as a little girl. My therapist taught me fear meant no. When I was little, it mean fine, not fear. When I was little, I used to say I would go to therapy, and my therapist would ask me, "Thank you, sister, for the likes. I appreciate you." Hey, I think it's Anela. Is it Anela? Hi, TT. How are you? Hi, Cajun Peach. How are you? My therapist, I would go every week. I was told I was fine, but as we got into the session, I wouldn't be fine. But what had happened was I had gotten in the habit of having to tell people that I was okay because not being okay wasn't acceptable. You understand what I'm saying? So it had got to a point where instead of me being able to say, "Oh, I'm doing okay," or "I'm doing good," it was fine. I was like a robot. So what she said to me, I said, "I'm fine." She said, "So you're effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional?" And I said, "What?" She said, "So you're effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional." And I said, "No, I'm fine." She said, "Then break the letters of fine down and tell me what they mean for you." Huh? And she said, "A lot of times when we use certain lingo, we're trying to tell somebody we're not okay." I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And one day she said, "But you're not." Because a person that was fine actually has more than 2 or 3 words to say. Ooh, wait a minute. See, sometimes it's our mere presentation and our delivery of the words that we're speaking out of our mouth that lets people know we're not good. But we think we got a point to prove, a turtle shell on our back, a skin that's not penetratable or something. I don't know. But we are so afraid. Okay. But remember, my theory is if we put up walls to block stuff out, then those same walls will keep the goodness from being able to get in. The same never, like we learned yesterday. It says all this week. Hey, sister. No worries. I know for the Tonys, it's still awards. I remember. See, sister, I'm learning your schedule every year now. If we say never, if we have an experience, this is what we learned yesterday. We learned yesterday that if we have an experience and that experience is bad, and we don't get all the healing we need from that experience. We begin to create small things to protect us from having that experience again, right? Wouldn't you agree? If you go to a concert and you have a bad experience at a concert, you might pack extra stuff to avoid having that experience again. And you may say something like, I'm never ever traveling without this again, right? Because experience has showed you, time has shown you, everything has shown you that this is something that you can't never not do, right? We're on the same page, right? What we learned yesterday is that same never, that very same never that may protect us and keep us good in one statement can be the same never that prevents us from having our hearts open, our minds open, and our eyes open to do, see, and be a part of new things. And when I read that, I've always said that about nevers. But to read it yesterday and to recognize that a never can be something as small as, oh, I'm never going back to an event like that because we had one experience, right? Or, oh, nope, I'm never doing it again. And I have those nevers. I have a couple of those nevers. And over the last 6 months, because those nevers were preventing putting my eyes wide enough to see other things that I was capable of doing. I'm not talking about the nevers that protect you from fire, death, things like that. Like, I'm never not wearing a seatbelt. Of course, wear your seatbelt. I'm speaking of when we're living in our emotional space, and that emotional space has become a blockage, a wall from us living our full lives, from us blocking us from being in our emotional sobriety, emotional maturity, allowing us to process information, to feel whole, to feel thought about, to feel wanted. Did you know all those feelings that I'm naming actually come from inside first? Some of us say, I don't feel love right now. I don't feel wanted. Did you know that it's easier to fall into those feelings when the love and wantedness of oneself is low? It's easier for me to think about being lonely and abandoned and neglected. Those feelings are heightened inside of me. So if an incident occurs and it's related to somebody leaving me somewhere or leaving me alone, I'm gonna feel it more because those emotions are heightened inside of me. Does that make sense? Tap the like button if did that make sense, y'all? Hi, Red Clay. Hi, Vicky. Yes, T. Thank you, T. Thank you for being here. So it's all about looking at all the different things. It's not ever one thing, you guys. It's one thing that has these fingers, these spearlings on the end of them that kind of spear out everywhere. And then you have to kind of go down each one of those things and discover in what area that would grow you best. Even though we all have a universal outlet, doesn't mean we all can have a universal plug. Even though we all have a heart, that's what I just said. Okay, doesn't mean that the plug required to make it beat is the same thing. Okay, let's get into our reading. It's Sunday. Y'all know on Sundays we do a little talkie in advance, so that was our talkie. So thank you so much for hanging around for our pre-chat. I like to give a little bit of motivation. Last time 2 Sundays ago, I was like, you guys like when we have a little pre-topic, and you guys were like, yes, we like that. We like to be able to have a little inspirational feedback. Just so you know, if you're new to follow me, I'm actually a motivational, inspirational speaker in 14 different countries. So it is something I do, something I love. Unlike most people, this is not my side hustle. I love this. This is my job. This is my jam. This is my career. This is actually what I do for a living. I've been doing it now for 10 years. I love working with people, helping them see the pathway of the struggles to overall wellness, right? We're talking about mental, physical, and emotional wellness. We're talking about all components. We're not skipping over any one thing. We're talking about financial security, mental security, emotional security, relationship security, child security, family security. We're talking about living a better version of the life that you thought you had to have. Some of us don't know that there's a different version because we think the one that we have is all we can have until we learn that there's something else available. Day 176, David Komalafi. I've been these books. These books have been in Nashville, Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, Arizona, and Texas so far. Hopefully they will see Miami. They'll be seeing Miami this month. Okay. Being of the this thing that he who Jesus Christ. Philippians 1:6. Welcome, Imani. Principle says continuing in God's works and developing them to fullness in spite of fearful attacks establish you a champion. Continuing in good works and developing them in fullness in spite of fearful attacks establishes you as a champion. I'm gonna read it again because every time the principle is exactly what we need to hear. It's exactly on topic of what we were already discussing. Continuing in good works and developing them to fullness in spite of fearful attacks establishes you as a champion. I mean, I could pretty much at this point close the book. The moral to the story there is continue to do what you're already doing. Continue to walk in the love, in the light of who you are, who he is, establishes you as a champion. It says, in spite of the fearful attacks, in spite of the doubt, the lack, the worry, the loss, the hurt, the pain, the neglect, the abuse, in spite of those things, you can still be established as a champion. So that means that my childhood abuse doesn't define me. That means that my childhood abuse doesn't, it means I'm still a champion. It means that I can go back as far, name any story, any circumstances, any loss, any failure, any lack, and even in those fearful attacks, in spite of them, I'm still considered a champion. See, these are things I needed somebody to tell me when I was a little bit younger. Like I needed somebody to bring me across the street to this information a little bit sooner. Give me some insight on these things. Like why y'all got me out in these streets thinking that the struggle I'm struggling is the struggle that I had to struggle. Y'all was supposed to tell me, listen, some of y'all women older than me, I got beef with y'all, but we talk about it in here because it ain't enough time on earth to do it. But listen, y'all could have told us 2-3 things. Like one, when you turn 40, you can't see. I got about 90 pair of reading glasses. Didn't never need a pair. That's fine. Then the other thing y'all need to tell us is several things, but I'm not gonna do it right now. You understand what I'm saying? There's some things y'all should have told us. Y'all could have said, listen, baby, when you hit that 40, it's things that's gonna start happening, including your eyes is gonna act like they got bifoculars, not focals, foculars. Okay, things is gonna change. So I just wish somebody could have told me some things about being emotionally sober as an adult. Did you know that grown people don't have temper tantrums? I didn't know that. Grown people listen. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna look down when I say it, but I done all out like kicked and screamed as an adult 1 or 2 times. Yeah. I don't. What do you mean? What is that? Because I'm just telling my truth so I can get free. And if you don't want to get free, get out of my life. But I'm telling you the truth. Hot flashes. Yep. Somebody could have told me about them. Then when y'all was walking around fanning yourself. Yep. This is to all the ladies in white in front of the church. When you was sitting up there with that paper fan with the popsicle stick on the end, you could have told me that didn't mean the church was hot. You. Hey, you. The one that was fanning yourself in the first lady. What them ladies called, Mika? The first lady rode them ladies in the white with them hats on. They wear them white hats in the church. And they used to always have the paper fan when the church started. It wasn't even no hot, no choir or nothing was going on. And they would have them fans. The lady with them hats. All them hats. And then they would be fanning early. You know, they'd be fanning when church first started. Does y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all might know what I'm talking about. Okay. If you old enough, I'm talking about them ladies that sit at the front and they got them hats. They got like a lean on them, okay? On the front, the usher board. Thank you, the usher. And it's another, the motherboard, the motherboard. Did y'all ever notice that them ladies was fanning and church ain't started yet? When the deacons was singing, leaning on Jesus. When they was doing that, the ladies was already fanning. It was only 8 people in the church and they was already fanning. Okay. Church mothers. Did y'all know that them women was fanning because they had hot flashes? I'm asking for a friend. Just answer the daggone question. Everybody answer. Come to the front now. That's what it says. I'm interrupting the reading because I got questions. Did y'all know I thought they was fanning themselves because the church was hot. Did y'all know that women was fanning themselves because they having hot flashes? Let me tell you how I found out. See, I know I go to church now and I'm at home. So when I'm at home, I go to the actual church house instead of seeing it online. So I'm going to the church house. So I noticed the women got these reusable, really nice fabric fans, but everybody got one instead of me. I don't got one because I'm not understanding why they got fans. It's winter time, but these people got fans. Now, winter time. So remember, the heat is on, but it's cold outside. So my mind is not even registered that these people got fans that match their outfit, which means it's something more going on. Okay. So we in the church house, we had a little event at the church, and the ladies, they got on they all white, but these ladies got matching fans. How did y'all plan? Y'all plan to be hot? Cause so I go to one of the mothers of the church, the silver lady. I go to the silver lady. I say, sister, I say, auntie, why does everybody got a matching one? She's serious about that. Your fan match your outfit. How your fan match your outfit? So that means you knew in advance that a little young old thing like me gonna reach close to your age and feel hotter than Methuselah. You didn't want to tell me that I was gonna need a fan to match my church outfits, but you wanted me not to be with. But you didn't want to tell me I was gonna be hotter than Methuselah. See, these things we need to be telling people, because there's ladies like Holly having a whole personal summer. So when she breaks out and looks like she just stepped out of the shower in the front seat of the car, don't make fun of her. She really just got out the shower in the front seat of the car. These things are real now. I didn't know that. When I used to see women sweaty and wet, I didn't know what was happening to them. I thought something was wrong. I used to say things like, why is she sweating like that? Now I know she's having a personal summer. It's 50 degrees for me. It's 900 degrees for her. I understand that now. Moral to the story is, y'all older women could have told us. Y'all got a TikTok for everything else. Y'all need to put a TikTok out about that. It needs to say to all future women turning 40. And I need you to list all the things that's going to start happening to us. And I'm talking about all of them. Don't leave none out either. Don't be selling us short. We already out here in these streets struggling. That's what's wrong with our generation. We missing some stuff because y'all didn't tell us. Now y'all going to do the TikTok. Tag me on it so I can see what other things so I can add my list to it. Anyway, back to what we was doing. More to the story is that fanning is real. They're not just fanning. I did, never mind. Don't mind me. The building ain't hot. That's not why they fanning. The building ain't hot. Sister, the building ain't hot with them hot flashes. It's only hot for them. Hey, amen. Mona. All right, here it goes. Then it says, "Oh Lord God, perform your good works in all areas of my life in Jesus' name. I receive grace to bring completion to every good thing ordained for my life. I receive grace to bring to completion every good thing ordained for my life." And remember, I started this out talking about making room for things to come in, working on the nevers and the evers, because confession brings us possession. Speaking it into existence, not speaking of when I think it'll happen, but speaking as if it already happened. We talked about not looking at the past as a way to run or block or close things out, but to open the door to explore those things, to take deeper dives. We even talked a little about how surrendering and allowing ourselves to be loved on, to acknowledge ourselves, to admire ourselves, to raise ourselves up was valuable enough, and it allows ourselves to grow even more. We talked about growing one's own self-esteem, self-care, and self-discipline to stay consistent enough on your weight loss and wellness journey so that you can stay focused. So we cover all these things, and then it clearly said, I receive grace to bring to completion every good thing ordained for my life. Hey, very powerful. And that was David Comalofton. And that was going to be day 165. I really like when I read that, because usually what happens is I'll go from David Comalofton, and when I get over to Melanie Beatty, she closes it up. Watch this. I'm going to cut our music down. She's going to close this up. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Just hang on for me. Watch this. We're going to close it up, and I'm going to see y'all and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. And our company is celebrating Juneteenth, the 13th, 19th, the 13th through the 19th. Yeah, because it's this week and coming up. Anyway, so we're celebrating the holidays, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm still going to be live, still going to be going live, but I'm really excited about just this year doing something a little bit different around my birthday and for Juneteenth holiday. Okay, June 8th. Be gentle and loving. Cut that down so I don't want the music bothering us. Okay. Be gentle and loving. As I drove into Utah past Zion National Park, I began to feel the oddest sensation emanating from the earth, emanating from me. It was soft, lovely, light. All evening, deer had been crossing my path, coming to me from out of the woods. That's when I remembered in the medicine cards, deer are the symbol of gentleness and love. The feeling coming from the ground through the air was gentleness, kindness, and love. The universe was reminding me of something. It was a place inside of me I had discovered before, a place of gentleness and love. Somewhere along my life's journey, with all its trials and moving about, business and experiences, I had let gentleness slip away. Now it was time to go there again. It was a reminder to be gentle and kind to others, be gentle and kind to myself. Gentleness, kindness, and love are more than places to visit. They are places we can take with us wherever we go. Hmm. Wow. Be gentle and loving. And I would say to self, because most of us are super kind to other people. But the things we do say and be to ourselves are like some of y'all self-talk. It's so bad, I commit y'all to the hospital for psychiatric help. Like for real. Some of the self-talk is so defeatist and so negative to oneself. Like, how can you prevail when everything you ever say is what you're not? How can you overcome when everything you ever do and say is what it's not? How can you get anything more than what you have if all you ever focus on what it hasn't been yet? Like, we talk about manifesting and energy and vibrations and all of that, but yet we ain't vibrating an energy in it. If okay, I thought the sky was gonna be blue. It's not. It's red. Okay, well, pray for it to be blue again. So it's like, even if we bumped a couple of bumps in the road, don't let those bumps knock us out of the game so much to the point where we can't get back up. Don't let the bumps like yes, we're gonna have bumps. Yes, we're gonna have struggles. Yes, but if we take the gentleness and the loving from those bumps and struggles and apply them to ourselves. Because look, check this out. Say for example, I don't know, something happened with one of your girlfriends. You'll tell your girlfriend, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. Let's pray about it. Everything's gonna be okay. Let's come up with a plan." But if it's your story, first of all, we better pray you tell somebody because you're gonna try to keep it secret. Then you're going to go through it all by yourself. Then you're not going to accept any help. Then you're not going to open up and talk to anybody about it. The gentleness and loving that you put for everyone else, your name doesn't make that list. So tonight I encourage you that your name make the list of patience, understanding, coddling, gentleness, and love. I pray that your name makes the list of relaxation, taking a break, and being thought of. I pray that you get your feet rubbed, your back rubbed, someone calls you and tells you that they love you, that they're thinking of you. I pray those things. You can, yeah. I pray those things for you in a great magnitude, in a magnitude that can abundantly explode into your life, because so many times when we are the doer, givers, beers, and seekers, we forget to take, we forget to receive, and we get to let others do for us. And so I'm encouraging you tonight to allow gentleness and loving be a part of your story. And no matter what your battle is, know that God is already determined. We get some at coffee. I have tons of work. God's already turned you a champion. Y'all, Coach Nettie, welcome back. I'm cute. I have to post y'all some pictures. I'm all African dressed out. I had on the belt and all of that, but it's like a ball. It's like really long. It flows all the way down. I have to post pictures. It's really pretty. My sister gave it to me. Hi, Celius. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, well, I'm gonna cut on a little music and we're gonna finish up. Cause y'all know me, it's Sunday and we want to stay on time. I actually have a lot going on this week with my babies, and I'm trying to finish up some things before we go on break. It says today is my dad's death anniversary. I'm in the dark space. I miss you, Kenya. Kenya. You know I can't go live on my other page. Let me follow you back from this page, Kenya. I just followed you back, okay? I totally understand. It's what time is it where you are? Is it 6 East Coast or 3 for West Coast? I was gonna say if it's not too late, it's 5. If okay, so if if you can, two things you can do for parents when you miss parents, since both my parents are deceased as of last year. I lost both my parents. Something really cool you can do. Well, it's what I did that helped me this year. So, my mom and my dad like certain movies. And so, what I did was I got showered, cleaned up, put on my raggedy pajamas. I got me some coffee, and then I got some water, and then I got sunflower seeds. No, like food. I mean, there were food in the kitchen, but not food. And I wrapped up in a blanket, and I made it kind of cold, kind of cold. The reason why I made it kind of cold because I wanted a reason to cuddle. And I watched those movies and I cuddled and I laughed and I talked about what my mom would be saying, how she would get up and be smacking in the middle of the movie. She'd be smacking, chewing, just, and that helped because for me, I don't want their memory. I don't want every memory of every person I've lost to be days of sadness. Because if they were here, I wouldn't be sad, right? So because they're not gone from me forever, then that means I can utilize their memories, and from their memories, I can have life with them. From their memories, I can have life with them. The following day, I cooked my mom fried chicken, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, and cornbread, her style. That reminded me of her, brought back memories. When I made it to New Jersey, I went to the first liquor store gas station that had crackling. It was this, y'all know what crackling is? If you know, you know. I got crackling. And I got crackling and Sprite. It was my mom's favorite. She would sit with crackling and Sierra Mist on the front porch, and she'd eat her crackling and her Sierra Mist. And my mom wasn't a texter or nothing. So she wouldn't be on her phone, but she'd have her old school music, her Bobby Blue Band and Shirley, and she'd play that music. And every now and then when I'm missing my mom, baby, I put on Bobby Blue Band and I get me a bag of them crackling, heading out, got 10 things going. Okay, go out, watch the Tonys. We will watch the Tonys. Yay! You guys, I don't know if y'all notice, but one of my mods is actually a film editor for almost all the major shows, all of them. Every year she's editing. Every year, same time, every year, same stuff every year. So please make sure you follow my girl TR. Kenya, we love you, we honor you, and I love you, and I honor you, and I can relate. TR, I'll see you tomorrow, and I can relate, and I can only imagine what you're experiencing because everybody's experience is different. And I pray that today, that even because it's not too late, even if you just put on your moo and drive to the park and sit on the bench. Get yourself a cold bottle of water or soda and just sit on the bench and talk to them. Take a journal, write them a letter. And when you're done, burn it or get a candle. If you have a lake by, drive to the lake. Don't take nobody with you. Go by yourself. If you need to take the kids, okay. But Kenya, I know you, so that's why I can only, give so many ideas. Or take in the, take a bowl of water, like you need a nice size. And then make a wish, light the candle, and let the candle float in the bowl of water on the kitchen table until it burns out. Just in his honor, just to honor him and give him love. Some things can't be out of the house, so we can do it in the house. Mm-hmm. Or you can do another thing. One other idea that you can do is you can get a piece of, I think you can maybe get from Amazon or Michael's, maybe tomorrow, a piece of wood. And every year you can write down the scripture on the piece of wood or tape it or write it in marker. You can write down a scripture that helped you make it through the anniversary this year. And then over the years, you'll see all these scriptures. You'll see the pathway of God walking in your life. And what you'll see more than anything is your Father. You'll see him in the scriptures. Okay? So don't just make them good ideas. I want you to do something. So even if you're going to do the movie, that's fine. You're going to do the music, cut on your music. I don't know if you drink. I don't drink, so I didn't give the idea. But I don't know if you sip. You might sip. Get your wine, cut on your music, dance with you. Even if you cry, it's okay to cry. I don't know why people think we can't cry. We can still cry. We don't have to let it take the life out of us no more. You don't drink me either, can you? We don't have to let it take the life out of us no more. So we can find other things that can bring in this experience, like, that feels good, right? Sometimes when we feel sad, if we could just get the energy to feel better and little things like that. So I don't know if you want to do your music, sit in your chair and cut on your music, because I know you've had a lot of loss, a lot of stuff has happened. So maybe cut on your music, sit in your chair and get to singing, baby. Sing it old school music, and just let the memories flow. Yeah. I don't know if you're into coloring, but a lot of my clients color and do stuff like that for grief and loss. They color photos in coloring books. People color. It's very therapeutic and soothing. So I pray that one of those are good. I did mention to you what I typically do. The final last thing I always try to do, I release balloons. I like go say something and then let the balloon go. And then once I let the balloon go, I let the sadness go for that moment, right? Because grief is all day, every day. Okay? So because grief is all day, every day, I let the balloon go and I say, for right now, I can put my feet where I stand, planted. I love you too, Tamika. I can stand feet planted where my feet are, planted in this moment and say, I'm okay right now. I don't know what I'm going to be like in 5 minutes. But right now, with my feet planted, I feel good. They're planted and I feel solid. And in 5 minutes, it might feel like an earthquake. But right now, I feel solid. And you just stand on that. And then you just make it a few more minutes. And then you stand on those few minutes, Kenya. And then you make it a few more minutes. And then you stand on those few minutes, sister. So sometimes we can't stand on hours and days. We got to stand on minutes. Stand on minutes. In recovery, they teach us that sobriety is every 24 hours. And I always say, I need seconds. I can't focus on an hour. Sometimes the pain and the struggle and the hassle and what I'm feeling emotionally is too tough to think I need to make it an hour. But if I can think it, I could just gotta make it a second. I just gotta make it one more second. I just gotta make it one more second. And if I can make it through each second, what ends up happening is I made an hour, and then 2 hours, and then 3 hours, then 3 days, then 3 months, then 3 years. And in all that time, because I was telling myself that I can make it and I was staying present, I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm elevating, I'm growing closer to God. I'm realizing things. I'm elevating to this level that I never imagined. It's all because I took a moment and was intentional 1 second at a time about learning to be present in my life. That's it. 1 second. A lot can happen in a second. May God bless you, friend, and keep you tonight. I'll be back live tomorrow. You always can message me. This is my backup page. I got both pages. You can message me on both. Be sure you reach out to me. I got you in my portal, so don't be afraid to reach out. It's all right. What would it hurt to talk to someone on the phone for 5 or 10 minutes to help them get through a day? Nothing. So don't be afraid. Okay? Don't be afraid. All right? Okay, you guys, I love you so much. I have a great night now. I'm going to head upstairs and have some family time. I'm only gonna be up for about 10 minutes before I have to come back downstairs. If y'all seen this room I'm in, that's why I can't stand all the way up. Because I'm packing. I'm going home, right? Well, in order to do that, you're so welcome. In order to do that, all the suitcases are behind me on the floor. First of all, it looks like TSA airport at Sky Harbor in Arizona behind me. Because it's nothing but suitcases and clothes. One pile over here, one pile over here. Because I'm trying to figure out what to take home. Right. But I'm gonna get it together. So I just pray that I pray that not just King, but anyone who's dealing with grief and loss tonight, that you give a peace of centering. Good night. I love you. My cousin just moved to Glendale. Can you really? Yes, Glendale is my. I have clients in Glendale. Glendale's just about 45 minutes from me. I live in Mesa. I pray tonight that God may touch each and every one of you, that you may be blessed abundantly. That if there's anything that is not your portion, that has been spoken over your life, okay, I make it a goal to get. Okay, you go come see. Okay, that's the goal right there. You put it in the universe. We verifying and claiming it done. I will see you in Arizona, Kenya. It's gonna happen, Kenya and Kenya. I don't usually video this, but you guys, a lot of times I actually see my followers and they approach me and they're so happy to know that I'm real. That's what they say. Oh my gosh, you're real. And I say, I'm just me. But I do meet my followers in person when I'm in cities. I do go to my followers. I'm not like that at all. If you see me out in public, approach me. Don't be staring at me weird. Come up and say something to me. You're going to make me think I'm paranoid issues too. Don't have me come home thinking I need to call the therapist because I thought people were staring at me in public when you knew me. Okay? Say something. Say something, say something. See something, say something now. I pray that may God touch you and bless you, and that your hearts and minds and soul may be eased of any grief, loss, or worry. I further pray that whatever your financial situation is right now, that it be magnified. Right now, many people are financially strapped. So I'm just praying for financial abundance for each and every one of you in all of these lives. And I pray that upon your receipt of abundant magnification financially in your life, that you may pour that back into the kingdom of heaven. May God bless you and keep you all tonight. Thank you so much for tapping in with Coach Kenya. Don't forget to IRISE, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. All right.